And yes, it's day 3. Yes, this is the middle of our challenge. So today makes it the day 3 of our challenge, and I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited doing this with you. I hope you are too. So welcome. And what have you learned so far? Do you now know what boundaries are? Do you now understand why you need to set them? Do you now realize the kind of things that you want and what you don't want? Do you now see that it is not a bad thing to set boundaries? Okay, we've learned all that from the previous videos. Today we'll be looking at communicating boundaries and creating boundary statements. There's, you know the boundaries, you know the one, you found out what your boundaries are, you've set them. If you do not communicate them, then what are you doing? Because boundaries are meant to be communicated. Boundaries have to do with your interactions with others. So you should be able to communicate your boundaries to others. So when you communicate boundaries clearly, you shift how others respond to you. Because when you have a boundary and you set it, others will understand that you love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And because of that, they will respond back likewise. They will definitely respond, respecting you for having such boundaries. Boundaries about self-care. And at the same time, it's about a healthy relationship. I know I've mentioned this several times. It's about having healthy relationships with people, whether your friends, whether your family, whether they are your co-workers, whether they are just your neighbors. Boundaries fosters healthy relationships, but most importantly, self-care. So they are expressions of what you need to feel safe, respected, and balanced. That is what boundaries are. So let's look at why we should set boundaries. Why is it really important that we communicate boundaries? So why you should communicate boundaries? So why is it really important that you communicate, not only set boundaries, but you communicate them? Number one, boundaries provide clarity. So they make it very clear what you want and what you do not want, what you can take and what you cannot take, what you can stand and what you cannot stand. So boundaries are clear, boundaries that are clear provide clarity and reduce confusion. So that your friend will come calling you to come do something when you actually don't want to do it. If you had told her earlier that you don't want to do this thing at this particular time, it reduces confusion and promotes healthy relationship, reduces conflict and misunderstandings. Hey, why did you come out and touch me at that time? You know I was doing something, but you didn't let them know you were doing that when you are doing something, they should not touch you. You didn't let them know when you are doing something, they should not call you on the phone. So that misunderstanding and conflict is drastically reduced when you set boundaries. Boundaries improves respect for yourself. So you see, it shows others that you love and care about yourself. It shows others that you value yourself. And because you value yourself and you're able to express it, others will fall in line too. I have this friend that when you're walking with her on the streets and you see somebody and starts chatting with that person, she keeps moving. You know, naturally, there's a tendency for you to hold on and wait for your friend to chat with another friend. But I noticed that this girl just keeps moving. She didn't communicate that boundary. We'll get to that. But I was able to detect that this person doesn't like to wait when she has somewhere to go. And I respected that. In fact, it increased her it increased her value in my eye. And you know what? I copied that method. I copied it sharp, sharp. Okay, it reduces the tendency for your friends to act on assumption. That's another reason why you have to communicate boundaries. Assumption is the worst form of communication. Like, I'm assuming everything. If you are a friend, you put your friend in a situation where they have to assume what you want. They have to assume your need. They have to assume what you don't like and what you like. No, that's not a good place to be because your friend will always assume. Will most often assume wrongly. And when they assume wrongly, what happens? There's bound to be conflict and misunderstanding. I thought that assumption. And you say, but you should have known. It doesn't work that way. Be clear, straightforward, straight up. I don't like this, I don't like that. Not I thought you don't like this, and then you say you should have known I don't like that. They are not spirits, they are not angels, they are not God. And that is why communication is very important. It also prevents exploitation. It prevents people eating into your time. It prevents people sapping into your, tapping into, taking more of your energy than they should. It prevents people wasting your time. So when you communicate boundaries, people are less likely to take advantage of you and your time, as they are not likely to cross your limits. When you don't communicate boundaries, they will cross your limits without knowing, and it will cause conflict. That shows that you don't know yourself. So please ensure that you communicate your boundaries. Let people know that this is where you cannot pass beyond. It builds trust. That's that's for sure. It builds trust. Communicating your boundaries shows your friend that not only do you respect yourself, but that you also respect them. Because that time you do not communicate your boundary, showing beside for it is lack of respect for one another. That time you do not communicate your boundaries, there was conflict. It is lack of respect to not have boundaries. So this can build trust between you and them. So they know that you respect them. No, don't call me by this time, please. They don't call me. Respect is reciprocal. And then this builds trust amongst you between you. So another thing is that another reason you have to communicate your boundaries is it reduces time wasted, reduces waste of energy, and that is that. It protects your energy and your time. So you see, it is a key ingredient in self-care. Communicating about it is a key ingredient because when you protect your time because you don't have to keep explaining yourself. You don't have to keep explaining why you took this action. You don't have to keep explaining why you visited the call. You don't have to keep explaining why you couldn't join her to go to the market. You don't have to keep explaining why you didn't join her to that party. You don't have to keep explaining why you could not help her with babysitting. You don't have to explain why you could not help her with a part of that job she needed you to do because you've really set it clear. She knows what to ask you for and what not to ask. He understands where you can leverage and where you do not want to cross. So when you have this boundary, you save time, you save energy, you save your strength. You don't need to start explaining. They say you will explain time. So do you want to explain time? If you don't want to, if you don't want to explain and get tired of explaining, then communicate your boundaries so that everybody knows from the word go that this is how it's going to work. It reduces resentment. Do you know that when somebody crosses your limits, it annoys you, it upsets you? And the funny thing is that even when you've not told them your limits, but once they cross that limit, you get angry, you get pissed off, you get like irritated. And what will this lead to? Anger, sadness, that irritation. They all lead you to begin to resent that friend of yours. They all need you to begin to resent that sibling. They all need to begin to resent that boss. So instead of allowing resentment to crop into any form of relationship, because resentment is a very bad thing. Believe me, it is bad. So instead of allowing resentment to crawl into that beautiful relationship, what do? Communicate. Communicate your boundaries clearly so that you do not end up damaging your relationships, damaging beautiful relationships that will have blossomed into something wonderful. Another thing, you know that headache that comes with having to start calculating. Should I? Should I? Should I? Yes, setting boundaries will prevent it. Setting boundaries, so communicating boundaries, your boundaries will prevent the you die that gives you sleepless nights when the person makes a request to you. If you set a boundary before, the person won't even make that request. Get it? So that's what we're trying to say. Remember that in all, boundaries are not walls. Boundaries and setting, communicating your boundaries and letting people know, and it's not being mean, it's not being unkind, it's not being wicked. They will tell me so many things. Your friends will tell me so many things. Sometimes they wonder what is really this one doing? What is this one doing? Some will come and tell you to your face that you are mean, you're wicked. Why can't you give us your time? Why can't you do this for us? But if you had communicated this before, you don't have the struggles. And that takes us to the next thing we have at hand. These are things that you have to note when communicating your boundaries. Things you have to note when communicating your boundaries. The boundaries have to be clear, very clear. There is no dancing around it. Because when you dance around it, it's big. And when it's big, there's bound to be misunderstanding. Oh, you did not tell me this is what you wanted and why you didn't say it exactly as it should be. That's the message you will get. So make it very precise, very clear. Again, clear. Make it honest. Be honest with your boundary. Don't lie about it. When you're sleeping, you don't like to be woken up. Be clear about it. When you're sleeping, you don't like somebody to come tap you. Be clear. I remember once, my dad at some point decided to create the boundary, and the boundary was when I am sleeping, even if someone comes visiting, don't wake me up for the person. Very clear boundary. When I am sleeping and someone comes looking for me, do not wake me up to come and see that person. Yeah. We won't even before we used to wake, and then we now communicated that boundary. And then if you come, he's sleeping. He doesn't like to be woken up. So there are friends that will come and hear that you're sleeping, come to wake you up. They don't know why you decided to sleep at them. Do you understand? They crossed your boundary, you start getting married, you begin to resent them. And the next thing you know, your relationship has escalated into something else. Because when you resent somebody, then that is resentment is like a bomb waiting to explode. That's what resentment is. It is a bomb waiting to explode. And you're communicating your boundary and it is not clear, precise, honest, and definitely be shocked at resentment will go, even on the other side. So you have to also be very respectful. And when communicating boundaries, take their own opinion into consideration. Yes, they will definitely talk to you. There are friends that are very open. They'll tell you, now, if you say I should not call you by flight, when should I now call you? Why would they have that kind of boundary? Listen, their own perspectives, they also have a perspective. Why don't you wake up when I come home? listen. So you have to be able to also listen to their opinions and listen to their perspective. And then again, when you are setting your boundary, if your boundaries for someone in authority, because I kid you not, boundaries, your boundaries should cover for the younger people, for the stage people, and for the older people. You know, in Africa, in our culture, we've been raised to not have boundaries, especially for people in authority. Actually, we've been raised to not have boundaries. We've been raised to like, Awasa, whenever you're called, just answer. That's how we've been raised. When someone just picks up and calls you, I need this help, you should just rush and help. The day you say no, you're wicked. But I'm glad that that's beginning to, we saw how it spoiled our relationships. We saw how it built resentment in families, in friendships. We saw how that caused a lot of rift and that made our relationships less healthy. So now somebody calls you, you can say, oh, please, I won't be able to be there now. And be free. We were built to not be able to, express how we felt at the time. And that is what made it difficult for a lot of people to say no. And we know where that landed us. You don't say no to your uncle. You don't say no to your auntie. Your uncle carries you, he starts touching your vagina. It's no problem. Your auntie starts touching your penis. It's no problem. Because you must accept. You must say yes to whatever they say. But I thank God that we are beginning to see clearly. So when you are going to state your boundaries for an elderly person, for your boss, you should be extra careful then. Remember, they're in a position of authority, so you should be careful. But that doesn't mean you must not set your boundary, but you must be more careful and more respectful while still being clear about it. And if you need help, you must set your boundary. The truth is, if you need help, seek help. Let somebody else come to help you make that boundary. That's how it works. You must create boundaries. Doesn't matter who. But in creating boundaries for people in authority, you have to be respectful but assertive. So let's go on our next topic. Our class for today, our session for today is going to be short from what I'm seeing. Is it because it's mid session? Is it because it's the middle of the challenge? Is that why it's going to be short? Let's just say I hope I don't exceed the time that I've allotted. So creating effective boundary statements. So you need to learn to create effective boundary statements. You need to learn to create effective boundary statements because you can't just open your mouth and tell somebody something. You can't just disrespect people in the name of creating boundary. I don't want that. Please stop that. What happened to you? I don't like it. Please stop it. Hey, don't ever cross that line again. What happened to you? I know you would like to comment, but please, that demarcation, don't cross it. I don't want people crossing that. What happened to that? Anyway, come follow me. Let's learn how we can create boundary statements that not only shows that we have respect for ourselves, but that we also have respect for our friends, our parents, or whoever we are creating the boundaries for. Now let's know how and why to communicate boundaries. Like I said, let's get into how to create boundary statements and what boundary statements to use. You can say, if someone needs your help and you do not have time, you can't help. What do you say? Say it in your mind. You can put it in the comment section. If someone needs your help, you can say, I would have loved to help, but I cannot right now because of all the things I have at hand. How does that sound? Very cool, right? Very demure, right? And it stays. Okay, that's how it sounds, yeah. Truth be told, that's how it sounds. What if when someone offers you something and you don't want to receive it? Mm. When someone offers you this thing and you don't want to receive it, thank you for thinking of me, but I have to decline this time. I say, thank you for thinking of me, but I have to decline. I'm not, no, I don't want. Thank you for thinking of me, but I'm sorry, I have to decline at this time. Maybe next time. You see, how about when someone invites you for an occasion or they need your maybe financial support for an occasion and you don't want to attend and you don't have time to attend and you don't have the support to give, what will you say? What can you say to make it nice? No, I don't want to come for that thing. I don't know, I don't have time. Is it what you will do? That's how some people do. I don't know, I beg, that occasion. I didn't tell you before. You calm. You calm down, calm down. I am not able to attend this occasion right now, or I am unable to support you financially at the moment, but I hope it goes well. How does that sound? Oh, at times someone might put a request to you where they kind of put you on the spot. You know that kind of request that comes, other people are around and then, hey Nkechi, can you borrow me 5,000 naira? And everybody's like looking at you. To hear what you have to say. Because they know Nkechi always has 5,000 naira. So what do you do? Instead of rushing to give an answer, no, like, I don't have. You can say, let me think about it, or get back to you. Yes, you can say that. 5,000 naira, it's big money now. Let me think about it. Or you can say, at the moment, I'm not ready. Let's see how it goes. I'm just thinking. When someone talks to you in a manner that you do not like or tolerate, especially when they are rude and trying to take advantage of you, don't respond in the rude manner. Don't respond in that manner. Just you can. I can see you're upset, but please do not speak to me in that manner. I can see you because for them to talk that way, they must be upset. Something must have angered them. But you say, do not speak to me in that manner. It is not acceptable. Don't speak to me in that manner. It is not acceptable. There are so many examples of ways you can respond when people are trying to cross your limits. There's so many ways you can create your statement to just reduce conflict, to reduce misunderstanding, to reduce anger and then raise emotions and excitement. 1,001 ways. If you don't want to talk about something, somebody comes up with a topic and you don't want to talk about it, you just, I'm sorry, I don't feel like talking about this right now. Or I'm sorry, my choices, my life, please don't go beyond this. Or I'm sorry, I don't like people interfering in such personal business. When you need to take a fast decision and you don't want to do it so that you won't make mistake, like somebody just puts you on the spot, what do? Let me check my activity, please. I will get back to you on that later. So these are ways you can communicate to make your relationship thrive. That's, that's it. Because the other person will begin to have respect for you. They will begin to understand, and there will be reduced misunderstanding, reduced resentment, reduced burnout, and everything will be better and smooth. So I told you this class is going to be short. So that's where we're going to wrap up for today. We will wrap up for today here. Communicating effective boundary communications, boundary statements, and communicating boundaries. Why we communicate boundaries and things to note when communicating boundaries. I hope you learned from today's class, and I hope that you took something away. You can put that in the comment section. You can, you should, so that I will know that you learned something, and others can even benefit from what it is that you learned today. So remember, there's always challenge. It's a challenge. So you must do your challenge. And what's today's challenge? Today's challenge is think of one boundary you want to communicate to someone in your life right now. Think of it. There must be someone that you tell something. Use the examples and practice saying it loud. So practice saying your boundary statement loud. You can share your boundary statement in the group if you like. If you feel free, if you feel comfortable, share it in the group so that we can all learn from you. Remember, we are here to support one another, to become better people, and to make the world a better place by making our relationships thrive. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow. Before, I hope to see you tomorrow with another brand new topic. Thank you so much. Remember that I love you. I do. That's why I'm doing this.